Hi everyone, I'm Gemma Stafford, professional chef, cookbook author, and your host of Need to Know, the #1 baking entertainment podcast where we dive into tips, trends, and tasty tidbits that bakers love most. Whether you're a long-time listener or just joining us for the first time, welcome. This week we're doing something a little bit special, a handpicked collection of our favourite moments from past episodes. These are the conversations we couldn't stop talking about, sharing, and replaying. So whether you're in the kitchen, on the go, or just here for some baking joy, this is your chance to relive the best of Need to Know or discover what makes it so beloved. So let's jump right in.
Okay, now moving on to things that are gross.
Well. Wait a minute. Am I supposed to?
We're just going down the list here. Wine and ice cream.
This I'm very curious about. Wine and ice cream. I mean, I've never even heard of such a thing.
You know, I looked into it to think, like, is this something that the Italians did that we never knew about? Like, you know, having sambuca, you know, after your dinner, or like something kind of fancy.
Right.
And I was like, but it's not. It actually just literally is a 2025 like viral sensation of people having wine poured over vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. But it's also like different flavors. Like you'll see like different, and I thought when I was first looking this up, I thought, oh, it's like port and chocolate, or it's muscat and vanilla. But it's
Which
actually
would make
like
a little bit more sense to
right,
me.
a dessert wine and and an ice
Baileys.
cream. Yeah, something like that. But then it's like, oh no, you can use this, Viognier over vanilla ice cream, or I actually think peach ice cream with like a fruity white wine would be really nice.
Yeah.
But strawberry ice cream and rosé.
But yes, I get, see, all those things that you're saying. I that makes sense to me. So what all of those things with the rosé and peaches, and that all makes sense to me, because like I find rosé so floral. A Viognier or a white wine can like have so many like notes. I'm not a red wine fan, and I associate it with like dark meats.
Right.
Or even like pizza maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine vanilla ice cream with like a Cabernet.
I think actually it's suggested that maybe that isn't the pairing, though I've seen that online. I've seen people pour red wine over vanilla ice cream. But then when I did a little bit more research on this, it was chocolate and Zinfandel. So you've got like, there are some red wines.
Okay, because that makes a little bit more sense, because they do pair red wine with chocolate.
Yeah. So it has to be the right kind of red wine. Like some red wines are a little too tannic and dry. Like the ones that I actually prefer to drink are like a Cab Franc or something that's like very earthy and light and dry.
Fancy,
I think that would be
French. She means French.
But I do think that would be
old world.
That
wines.
would be terrible. That would be terrible with ice cream. But like something that's like kind of a thicker, richer, softer. There are red wines that have. If you look at the descriptions, they have notes of vanilla, coffee, chocolate, things that I would never actually purchase in a bottle, but might be really nice.
I think we need to put our money where our mouth is.
Oh, do we get to do
try
a
it?
taste
We're going to
test?
try it, because we can't sit here and I can't give out. One of us is wrong and one of us is right. Just an FYI.
Oh well, so
I'm excited to do this because I think I'm in the winning corner.
Yeah. Well, does this make us spicy or swalty?
Let's try some. I'll go get some ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Now, I am sacrificing some ice cream, which I'm not super happy about because I love ice cream.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about the wine. You're like, whatever.
My poor ice cream. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna do red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what she did in the video. So Nadine Jarbo, who I think was the one who, this is why the video that we're going to share actually in the show notes is
right. Yeah, she does. Right.
She did red wine and white ice and vanilla ice cream, but she did bananas and strawberries.
Right. She put fruit on top.
Which just, when I saw the bananas, I was like, no dice, lady. I gave us a little bit because I didn't want to be like,
in case we don't like it.
Well, I've
I don't want to waste all that wine.
If you told me it was like, Gem, this is what they do in Italy, I'd be like, oh, that's so fancy. Just realizing we put so much alcohol into our Christmas food, our baked goods in Ireland over Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
And when I got a whiff of that there, that's what
it smelled like.
It's that hard liquor.
Yeah.
And like, because I just find red wine so strong.
Yeah.
But in Ireland, you would have a lot of like whiskey breads and cakes and Christmas cake and mince meat and stuff, which would all heavy with alcohol.
Mm.
Whoa.
It's not bad.
I will. Do you know what? No, it's not bad. No, I agree with you. I don't think it's like
You're not like going to go run and do it now. But do you know what it reminds me of?
what?
When I was growing up, my dad, and even now when I visit, he makes cherries jubilee. It's his specialty. And he, he would make it, and then we would turn off all the lights in the kitchen. He would light it on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would all be this like big presentation. And there's something about that little bit of alcohol bite and the ice cream that reminds me of cherries jubilee.
When you said cherries jubilee, I made that connection.
Yeah.
I was like, I get that.
Yeah.
With the dark, because is that Kirsch or what's in that?
I don't know what he does. Brandy?
Then you think about Bananas Foster.
Mhm.
Is it whiskey?
Rum.
Bananas Foster is yummy. I love those kinds of things. But I have to say, I think that for me, I think red wine is so rich.
Mhm.
It's so complex. There's
Uh-huh.
so much going on. And I think it might just be too much for me over a scoop of ice cream. This ice cream is extremely creamy.
Mhm.
And I think that does actually complement it
Yeah.
and kind of cuts that tannic.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I mean, I have to say, I don't think you like it.
No.
She doesn't, does she, Joey?
It's like I like, you know what it is? I like,
Come on now, tell the truth and shame the devil, as they'd say in Ireland.
well, let me get a word out. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I like the initial taste, and there's like an aftertaste that I don't love. But
Yeah.
I feel like,
That means you don't like it.
no, I feel like I feel like it's worth exploring. Like maybe it's like,
Well, then explore it. Eat the whole thing.
well, I will. Well, okay, I'll tell you
Joey,
what.
go close up on her.
Mm.
Yeah. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, I know. Can you turn off the camera so I can use my spit bag?
No, I think,
actually, I think
yeah.
this is really good. I think this is really good.
There is a TikToker whose name is Joseph Hall, and he is a teacher, and he does this whole series on TikTok called Can It Waffle. So he has those little mini dash waffle makers that we see, and he sits at his desk and he does all these different crazy things in his mini waffle maker, Can It Waffle. He's done cinnamon rolls, he's done pizza, he's done a grilled cheese.
This guy is so funny. And my favorite is like you hear the students talking in the background, like, try this, try this.
Yeah,
Have you tried this?
Yeah, let's do this. Well, and it's just like, to me, imagine being like a student trying to focus, taking a test, and you just hear like,
I feel like he does this during some downtime.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think they're all taking their test, and he's like, with being Chef Boyardee there at his desk. But I made me want to talk about some fun waffles. Just like, have you ever, like, what's the craziest waffle you've ever had?
There's my Waffles.
Yeah.
Waffles is sneezing, my dog, because we have something underneath the table for later, and we'll pull that out in a few minutes. So a lot of I used to have a catering business in San Francisco for tech companies where I used to specialize in like over the top breakfasts.
Yeah.
One of my favorite waffles that I used to make was a cornmeal waffle with bacon and cheddar cheese and green onion. And it was like so savory. And I had a really great waffle machine. So it got crispy on the outside and light and fluffy in the middle, and it was nice and thick. And then I used to serve like scrambled eggs on top. That was one of my favorite waffles.
Mm-hmm.
So
And a little bit off the wall, like savory.
Yeah.
I love a savory waffle.
You know,
Chicken and waffle.
This isn't something I ever made, but I have a friend who's gluten-free and has been since I've known her for years. And when I first met her, I think there wasn't as many gluten-free bread options available. And so she would bake her own bread all the time with gluten-free flour, but sometimes she would just, for a quick fix, if she wanted a sandwich, she would make gluten-free waffles and just like savory waffles or just like no sugar in them. And then she would use that as sandwich bread. So
That's interesting.
There you go.
Which
That's a bit crazy.
I mean, cool, but like quick. You're like, I can just like mix up some batter and, put peanut butter and jelly on it or turkey or, whatever you want in your sandwich.
I did, when I was catering, I did do a waffle that was definitely more dessert than it was waffle. I didn't realize it at the time, but the dough was actually cookie dough. And for those of you who follow Bigger Bolder Baking, you will have seen this dough before, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I made this, so it was a s'more waffle. And I found the recipe online and I kind of mushed it up a little bit, but it had this kind of like s'more, graham cracker dough. But it turns out it was actually kind of cookie dough.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the graham cracker dough, it was marshmallows and chocolate, and then you put more dough on top and you sandwich it and whatever. And it was 8:30 in the morning. It was absolutely like it was a s'more.
Yeah.
But it was not breakfast. But what I did get from that was a fantastic homemade graham cracker recipe. And that's what I use today on Bigger Bolder Baking for my homemade graham crackers. A version of that I use, it's the same, but I make it thicker. I don't roll it out thin, is my s'more bars that we did last summer.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
those?
Oh, those were good.
So it's a really fantastic, but I definitely the lines were very blurred there. As to, it's a little bit more like, will it waffle? And it did waffle, but it wasn't really a waffle.
Well, speaking of will it waffle, we are about to do an experiment. So we have Ami brought her waffle maker here, and we all secretly have something, and we're going to see, can it waffle? So I think we're going to make them all at the same time. Is that correct?
So. I mean, there's 4 panels. They may all waffle at different rates. So
That's
is,
okay.
I mean, but can you do it? I guess it's a part of the experiment.
So should we present our thing?
I think we should.
Let's do it. But
Mine is kind of, oh my gosh.
Oh, it's funny.
Mine is, I don't know if mine's going to work. Okay, will I say what mine is?
Sure, go ahead.
It's chili.
Chili.
That was weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess this doesn't get much, but do I have to clean it out if it doesn't work?
You know what? The nice thing about this waffle maker is the panels are removable.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
It's the whole reason why I bought this particular waffle maker. So we can just throw it in the dishwasher.
Well, I'll do mine. So mine is like you're on the go,
Yeah.
or you're camping, or you're teaching, and you really want some waffle fries. So I have instant mashed potatoes. And we're going to add water and salt and then pour it in the waffle
That's
maker.
a great
Waffle
idea.
fries.
And this is a thing. So in Ireland growing up, okay, one of the frozen foods my mum used to get was a potato waffle. And it was mashed potato in a waffle machine.
Yeah.
And it was we would have it with like beans, fried egg, sausages. People still eat them in Ireland today, but this is going to be similar. Probably also made with reconstituted potatoes.
Yeah.
Lovely. What did you bring on me?
Okay. Mine was not very creative.
You don't mean gross? Because I don't think mine is very...
Okay, this is an oatmeal date cookie that I've been developing, and it's sort of still in its beta phase, but it's pretty good. But I was just wondering if maybe you could waffle it.
Well, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yours is probably going to look the best because it's like in a nice,
It's a big
firm ball.
Your potatoes come together. Will we do this, ladies?
Let's
Okay,
do it.
here we go.
Let's bring out the
I would
waffle
say
maker.
don't get too close to my one.
Do everything just in case it spills over, and then we won't have a difficult time, hopefully. And I would do the top too. Waffle.
If this was my waffle machine, I might feel differently. Sorry, Ami.
Is that even going to squash?
It will.
See. Okay. All right, ready?
I can smell your chili
I can smell it too.
getting crispy.
That was good chili.
well, here's an interesting thing. Like, sometimes people say you have to, something's done cooking when, the timer goes off or when you see it. But some people say you can cook by smell more than anything.
I can smell chili, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing that means it's done.
Maybe it's
Do. I did that right into the microphone, sorry.
Well, it looks hot and sizzly.
Okay, so I'll just speak for my own. It didn't waffle.
But wait,
It didn't.
why did you think chili would waffle?
No, I didn't. Full disclosure, I did not think that this would work. I just thought it was going to be very funny and a stark contrast to your guys. But I have to say though, I wish I thought of the potato one because I think that was a good idea. But would you like to poke yours?
Even though it didn't
But look,
waffle?
it's like toasty on the bottom of the potatoes. I feel like it wants to waffle. Now, I'm really surprised that the cookie didn't waffle. I thought the cookie would have definitely waffled.
In your cookie's defense, I think Gemma's chili juice got in it.
No, do you know what?
You gonna eat it?
In my defense, I think the best one might be the chili. Not because it waffled, it didn't.
It just tastes good.
Well, you know, it's a nice way to heat up your leftovers.
In boarding school, we used to get, I think it was on Wednesdays, mashed potato and chili together. So this is bringing me right back.
With a little bit of oatmeal cookie.
I just tried some of that cookie and it tastes like chili.
Ew.
Okay, lovely.
Well,
did it waffle? It didn't.
It
It did not.
waffle.
Okay, moving
All
on.
All right, let's turn this bad boy off.
Now, Ami, there you go. You can take that home with you.
And
I'd say I'd give it a bit of a soak.
yeah,
I think it'll be fine.
So anyway, that didn't work. Wow. So these are from Sidecar Donuts. And so some of their flavors you're cutting into right now is their berry parfait. Right here is their lemon pound cake. On the corner over here is huckleberry.
Mind if I give you some? Sure.
And then we got some other of their, you know, fan favorites. We got cookies and cream. We got their celebration, which is their take on the classic sprinkle donut, my personal fave. And then a cinnamon crumble. So lots of fun flavors I thought we could try to kick off spring.
And this is lemon pound cake?
Lemon pound cake. I love lemon.
You
Lemon
eat-
pound
you can
cake.
cut that like half a
I will. Yeah.
I'll take the whole half.
This is what happens when I serve dessert. Everyone's just like, oh my gosh, cut that in half, lady.
Yeah.
I
And
know-
then
I will eat
huckleberry.
everything
We
on
gotta
my
try
plate.
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
Yeah.
I adore huckleberries.
What is a huckleberry?
It's a tiny little berry. Doesn't it look like a blueberry, I think?
Oh, I'm going to try that next. But I have to say, what I really like about this berry parfait is I don't normally like a jelly donut because it's all, you've just got this mouthful of jam. And there's just this like, you know, very light, elegant touch. It's very good.
I just kind of made mine into a sandwich.
Why not? It tastes way better than this, but I'm going to say Dunkin' Donuts makes a blueberry donut.
They sure do.
It definitely reminds me of the Dunkin' Donuts blueberry donut. Which brings me back to my childhood again. Between Shamrock Shakes and Dunkin' Donuts.
I know, right?
How did I eat?
Oh my gosh.
This is very delicious. I have to say, I love donuts, but the one issue with me and donuts is that they disappear in your mouth, like the yeasted ones. There's not enough. I need more, so then I have to eat multiple donuts. I love a cake donut, and I think these guys, Sidecar Donuts, do it perfectly. There's a few in LA. There's one the one just opened up in Pasadena, one in Santa Monica, which we used to go to, Kevin and I.
I got this one at Fairfax and 3rd, right by the Grove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lemon pound cake donut is perfect
Yummy.
because it is a rich, heavy fried donut, but it has this bright, sour lemon glaze that balances it out perfectly.
We have a very special guest here. This is Nerdy Nuts. I found out about this company on social media, made by Erica Peterson and her partner. They started this business out of their garage in Rapid City, South Dakota. And basically what it is it's small batch homemade dessert style peanut butter and nut butters.
Lovely.
So it's peanut butter. They also have some on their website that are almond butter based, and it's grown into this global sensation. You might have seen it on TikTok, Instagram, and they sent us 4 of their flavors
Lovely.
to give a try. So thank you so much
Thank
to
you,
Nerdy Nuts,
Erica.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really
So
glad she
good.
sent us because I had a quick scan of the website, the banana cream pie, because that's the one that really stuck out to me, or stood out to me, I should say. And then, Ami, look at this fancy lady, Dubai chocolate.
And I think I'm going to just claim monster cheesecake here for myself.
I like how on the sides of they say, like, it's just broken down.
what's
it's
in
just
it.
like what's in it, Rice Krispies, dehydrated marshmallows, and there's little pictures.
What I love about this, can we crack into these and
I will
start
tell you,
trying them?
they do send you your own spoon to try them. So when you buy the peanut butter, you get your own spoon. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, look at all
that.
these yummy.
What did you get over there? So is that
There's mini chocolate chips, mini M&Ms, cookie dough balls.
those are branded M&Ms.
They're branded M&Ms.
Wow.
They're not even generic.
Oats.
Look at that.
What did you get? Oh, I like the look of that one.
Avalanche.
And then we have this is peanut butter. Oh, sorry. This is banana cream pie one.
What?
Oh my gosh. So I have to
Whoa.
say,
Should I mix it?
I feel like
Probably.
you just
No,
know.
I
I
don't
think you just
yeah.
like dip in. I don't know.
I think you gotta give it a little mix.
Let me just
I
get
want to
it.
get a little bit of everything.
It's not. Do you know what? It's not unlike traditional peanut butter. It's actually light and fluffy, and you're able to get your spoon in there.
Mm.
I took too much.
I feel like I could just walk down the street eating a one of these tubs, just like, and it reminds me of that old commercial with a girl walking down the street eating peanut butter, and then somebody else walking down the street eating chocolate. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, and they bang into each
And I
other.
thought, who walks down the street with a jar of peanut butter? I think I would with this.
What I love about this is like, I often crave like a nice little treat at the end of the day of peanut butter. And this is really bridging that of like, it's making peanut butter dessert.
Yeah, that's very delicious. I have to say, so peanut butter.
Oh my God, that's so
I
good.
bet it is good. I'm gonna try some next.
Trying
Peanut
it
butter
out.
is not something I feel like in America. Don't hear me out here. That peanut butter is very nostalgic for you guys because you grew up with it. I did not grow up with it. My brother actually did eat it as a child, but it wasn't. When it was available in stores, but it wasn't something that Irish people ate. It's a very American thing. So like you'd meet a lot of Irish people who here still to this day like, do not eat peanut butter because we didn't grow up with it. But I know it was in your lunch boxes and you know, with apples as your snack. George loves peanut butter, and Kevin definitely is somebody who grew up with it and still to this day. So these have Kevin's name all over them.
Yeah, these are great.
All right, I got to try some of this.
This one is like a Rice Krispie treat peanut butter. There's like little Rice Krispie pieces. There's mini marshmallows. There's caramel sauce, fluff, obviously.
You know what's really
White,
nice?
white chocolate peanut butter.
These are really good quality. So you can order these online. Am I right in saying that?
Oh my God, these are so good.
Yes, you can order these online. You can get there by going to their Instagram. It's nerdy_nuts of their website. And I believe, if I'm correct, it says on their website that they have new flavors that drop every week.
I saw that.
Like every Sunday you can get a new flavor. There's also something that I think is super cool because like it can be a little overwhelming. They have a ton of flavors. On their website, they have a quiz that you can actually take the quiz and it'll ask you things you like about dessert, peanut butters, different questions, and it'll kind of help guide you to what might be your preferred flavor
Yeah.
of Nerdy Nuts. I did the quiz and it said I was like a cake and bake was my preferred flavor. So
I'll just clarify what I was saying. I didn't grow up with peanut butter, but I do have an appreciation for it. Being in America for almost 17 years now, baking a lot with peanut butter. I have a husband who loves peanut butter. These are very delicious. And at the end of the night, when you're looking for a spoonful of something and they're soft, yeah, I'm all about this. What a nice treat.
it's delicious.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that Dubai chocolate wins for
That's
me.
well,
That
that's
is
fancy.
So
That could
good.
almost be a hostess gift.
Oh my
That's
God,
fancy.
I'm ready for a nap now.
Yeah. Well, thank you again to Erica at Nerdy Nuts for sending these. They were delicious. I definitely think we'll all be buying them in the future. Be sure to check them out on Instagram at nerdy_nuts.
Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Thank you for listening to wherever you listen to podcasts. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and let your friends know about Need to Know. And we will see you back here again really soon. Thank you so much. From HRN and the Bold Baking Network, you are watching the Need to Know Baking Entertainment Podcast.